hey, like your surprise stun is Monkey King Boundless Strike from a tree, and maybe a Terrorize follow-up from there, and that's it. Like, you better get the kills in that time, otherwise, those are all your stuns.
I'm wondering, it's actually kind of a funny way to address a Razor with Flame Team's draft. Like, they look at this and they're like, well, he's going to take one of our heroes' damage, but what if we just get more physical damage? Because realistically, if you can kill Razor, you probably win the fight. Razor is definitely one of these heroes that takes these like elongated fights, wants to really wear down the enemy team. You have a Bat Rider, you have a Beastmaster. Like, these are all things that are really good for the side of looking for Org, but on the side of Flame Team, you're definitely kind of hoping for these kind of dispels out of the Abaddon into like a burst fight. So curious to see how it's going to play out. I do like the Muerta a lot. The Pierce the Veil is going to make a big deal on whether or not she can kill her target or not, but you do have an Ogre, and I think that's the one thing where it's like, normally I'm not a big fan of Muerta carry. I think this hero, like you said, takes a little bit to come online. It's a little bit slow, but you have Bloodlust, and Bloodlust makes a massive difference.
That's true. We actually saw this combo as a support duo, Ogre with Muerta 4. That's been very popular. And it looks good when Muerta picks up some kills, Pierce the Veil Shard, and then scales a little bit with items. But now she's actually just a straight-up core. So should come online even sooner. And I do think it could look very good together. We'll see if there's a First Blood that makes it a bit harder. There's a surprising deep ward. You wouldn't really expect this typically.
30 seconds.
I mean, this has to just be for First Blood, right? I don't know why that ward would be there unless they're planning on sniping the courier.
This isn't actually a Monkey King mid. He's actually just going to courier snipe. Yeah, I think it's mostly for First Blood. The crazy thing is, Snot Rocket Slow is so strong, just like the Nasal Goo in general, that if you walk out a little bit too far up that triangle area, like, you wouldn't make it to your own tier 2 again. You would be killed.
Yeah, Snot Rocket is such a ridiculously strong early game ability, and we're going to see it right here. As Matthew is down to -4 armor and 200 move speed. Bastion's going to try and close the gap, but on the other side, it's Adrian now in trouble. Feared back. BP's trying to go in for the last hit, but doesn't get it. He has a nice plasma field. Gets him solo again, and he does get the First Blood into the hands of the mid-Razor, but he will have to TP back to the lane, and he's going to miss a couple creeps here as well.
Yeah, this is a tricky situation where you got First Blood on the mid. That's usually really good, but you did just miss some CS, so it might balance out. I guess we'll see momentarily. Abaddon picks up the kill for his team, which is maybe not the ideal hero to grab it, but especially if you want a strong showing in lane, some early levels on that Abaddon, it's so hard to trade into him with Mephitic Shield. And now if he gets some extra gold and XP, then even better.
Yeah, the Bat Rider is normally such an oppressive lane partner, like on the 4 position, just being able to stack up Zuki Napalm, but because he's against the Abaddon, you just go Flame Break, which isn't that uncommon for level 1, and you just right-click people over and over and hope that eventually you wear them down. Because Bat Rider's base stats are not bad.
Well, might come into play as well as the Wild Axes also have a debuff that can be dispelled. So that might make a bit of a change in some of these fights. You get used to committing and getting some extra damage amp, and then suddenly that's gone.
I actually wasn't sure if it was dispellable or not, so thank you.
It says dispellable. We'll see if the tooltip's right.
Yeah, you never know, man. You never know with those things. Mid lane's pretty even. The thing is, like, Monkey King's attack animation is really good.
And attack range.
And his attack range.
The thing is like staff.
Yeah, every time the static link is up, PP will win the whole lane. So he pretty much just plays around that as much as possible. He wants to really probably just keep it at 2 levels though and max out the plasma field, since that's like your big damage and like farming ability. But in these early levels, 2-point static link should take pretty much all of the Monkey King's damage.
Yeah, he just chased him down a little bit, I watched, and he's got 49 damage, so Monkey King's last hitting with about 20. That's why you practice at with the Kobold creep, right? So you can last hit versus Razor.
Absolutely.
20 versus 120. Easy.
Did he pick up boots? He didn't. He's just faster. Yeah, Razor is like surprisingly slow, right? He needs more levels for his is it his innate, right, that gives him movement speed, or is it just the passive now?
Innate, right? You're right. I completely forgot about that actually.
Yeah, they moved it. So weird.
Gotta get used to it. Gotta get used to it. It's been like 7 months. Still getting used to it. Well, the PA lane going very well, as expected, PA versus Beastmaster, but then with this Abaddon, I think making a very big difference in this matchup. Carry Morta also doing decent, not as well as that PA, but I feel like Morta carry can sometimes struggle a little bit, so this is at least a solid start.
Yeah, I kind of expected, like you said, the PA lane to go well. It makes sense, right? You've got the Abaddon, you're against 2 stacking debuff heroes, right? Like, it's like a perfect Abaddon game for that. But this Muerta, she's going to have Bloodlust, she's going to have the Ofrenda. She'll be able to start farming pretty fast once we get towards that mid game and that Maelstrom comes out.
Seriously, man, I'm watching her last hit with Bloodlust. She's so fast already. She's level 3 with 1 point in Bloodlust. Yeah, that's only going to get better as the game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only thing that makes Muerta kind of not ideal as a carry, and it's the reason that people don't play her as a carry, even though she was 100% designed to be a carry. So, a little bit unfortunate. It's just the fact she has no attack speed. She's an into-hero.
Rotation bottom. She is so slow with all this nasal goo.
Yeah, she can't go anywhere. This is a beautiful body block as well, and the chase continues. Dome is going to go down. Adrian grabs himself a double kill. Very well played from the mid lane of Monkey King.
Yeah, one of the strengths of this hero, again, surprised we haven't seen him more often when he slips through the draft. The Simian Stride, I think we're all used to seeing it at this point. Even though it's been nerfed, it is still very good for rotating over very quickly. You think you're just getting a rune, perhaps. Oh, he's going to stack, and then, he's in my side lane. Very nicely timed, too, because I think the wards had died, so they didn't know where he was.
All right, looks like we're back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane, they're going to get aggressive now onto Vitali, and yeah, he's not making out of that one. Just a little bit too far forward. This is one of the benefits of that Phantom Assassin, like you talked about. Very good at dealing with the Beastmaster. Mid lane, goodbye to your damage meter. That is a lot being stolen, but he gets level 6 now, tries to turn it around, actually falling quite low. And now needs to be very
with this Shadow Realm.
Willow almost gets the kill, but just barely makes it out of range. And now PP's going to turn around. He's got a big plasma field. Can he actually get on top of these heroes? He's going to be very low himself. The Boundless Strike finishes the job. Very nice rotation from the supports. I mean, this is Mephetic Shield, dude. It's so much barrier.
Coming in at the last second again. Same as the first blood attempt earlier. Yeah, it's doing work so far. I know we're only 6 minutes into the game. At some point, it will drop off, but for now, it is doing a lot. Adrian might have stepped up a bit too far here.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere. Nice TP
really
from Matthew.
Speeding up here.
Mid lane. Never mind. Okay. But here's the thing. He actually went for 3 points in the static link, so this is going to hurt this Razor's farm quite a bit. You don't actually like to go static link. You would prefer your plasma field, but in this lane, it seems He really wants to try and just shut down the Monkey King. It's not like he's farming bad. He's still beating the Monkey King in the mid lane.
It is something nice about Jingu is that even as you lose all your damage, if you can build up the Jingu stacks, it sort of gives you some damage back to fight. At least until the drain keeps going, but
yeah.
it did kind of it came into that play earlier where he had been drained for a while, but he was still doing a decent amount of damage because of Jingu. A nullifier will be really good this game on looking for org, but I'm not really sure who could build it.
Yeah, it is a really good nullifier game. You probably can't afford to build it. Wukong's command's gonna come out. Nice root here onto the Razor and the pushback, but he's stuck inside the brambles. He's got nowhere to go. Big kill there. And that's a level 5 Dark Willow. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was a nice combo. I was saying they didn't have a lot of stuns, but they're making use of what crowd control they do have.
Yeah, I think they're trying to force the Razor a little bit too much. Like, I don't know if he really needs to be... Like, this is the problem with the 3-point static link, is he feels like he has to be running at the Monkey King as opposed to just trying to farm it up, like pop the ult and then go, oh, that's a big bait. Right, well, they didn't pop the roar at least, so that's good. But I was gonna say, with 3-point static link, you feel like you need to be running at the Monkey King as opposed to like just farming your jungle with Plasma Field and your ult. Right, because Razor can farm pretty quick with these abilities.
Maybe looking to use roar top, but you can't really roar unless you know where Abaddon is.
Yeah, they actually saw the Monkey King coming top through these wards, so they actually back off. And they've got a lot of stacks here that they need to start taking advantage of anyway, so...
He's gonna go for the Ags on the Beastmaster. It kind of makes sense. There's a lot of magic damage for these heroes. I am a little worried about the... He's just gonna full heal the Abaddon. Uncontrollable damage, but... I can kind of see why he's going for it over the Helm of the Dominator. They have a lot of ways to kill the creeps, just because they're all right-click carrying heroes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it might give Vitaly a little bit more survivability in these fights, but also just playing around the drums of war, you can't really dispel those, whereas you can dispel the roar, and then suddenly you're, like you said, you're kind of relying on your creeps to do damage, who would have to try and chase down a hero, which is not super easy. So I think just the AoE magic damage might serve better for their game. But it's still not going to be an easy Beastmaster game. And we knew this when they picked it because of the Abaddon, but we'll see if they can manage to overcome that counter. That's a hard one.
I'm also curious if the game goes long enough, if we'll see the Abaddon Ags. People swear by it in pubs, but I actually have rarely seen it in the pro scene, you know? Just because it's so
one
rare.
Abaddon game we saw it. But
that's true. Yeah.
It is one of those things where it's like you go Holy Lock it, and then after that, it's probably just Aghanim Scepter. Problem is, this hero doesn't really farm, which is why we don't really see it that often.
Yeah. I also think you have to get a Solar Crest this game. Like, how can you not get a Solar Crest with 3 right-clicking carries?
That's, yeah, really
Surely
true.
you must, right? It's illegal if you don't. Might be a dive in the bottom lane.
Oh, he's going to get Pierce the Veil off, which will buy him some time here. And a nice pushback in from the Bad Rider, but this is a level 6 Abaddon, so the ult's going to come through. A lot of Nasal Boot being thrown out as well. There's going to be the roar. They bring in the numbers as now PP's here on the Razor. Wukong's command is out, chasing after Pyke here. He does have a fear. We'll send him right into the hands of the Razor, and now the Terrorize off the mark, but he will just TP to safety. He makes it out. Razor kind of scary here in this fight. Will he chase up onto the high ground? He will. Arceus, oh, he canceled his TP. Wait a minute. They've got the damage. Dark Willow hits level 6 in the middle of the fight, and that Bedlam does way too much.
Dire's turret
Oh, that was a really good series. It was a very even game until that point. But starting with these... Oh, wait. Did they forget he's going to respawn here?
They absolutely
One
did.
more?
He just needs one more attack. He doesn't get it. That's a cool play from Pyke. Okay, maybe...
Might be in trouble now, though.
Pyke is actually playing this really well.
That would have saved the fight a little bit if you could
They're
grab
bringing
a PA
Bristle back.
kill.
They're chasing her. She has to TP.
Alright, well.
Well, they bring 5 heroes
TP out,
bottom now.
you get mid. Yeah, you can now trade mid tower for this, but Flame Team still comes away with a fairly big win. Looking for Org just because they were reacting. They all sort of came in one at a time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
That's a really nice play call there to just go mid and trying to get a trade, and they do manage to finish off the tower, and you might lose Yodomi here, but looks like they will just get a trade on the towers. That's a really good call, and they're going to get top tier 1 as well. So when they bring all 5 bottom, they know the TPs are up and they don't respond in time. Okay, top tower still survives, but that's not bad. That's a good movement from looking for Org.
The Bristleback going for a pipe this game first. I like it. The more utility Bristleback with this Snot Rocket facet, and now going for the pipe for the magic resistance, which would be really good versus Mortis Pierce the Veil later. But in the meantime, when this Ags finishes on Beastmaster, you actually already counter out a bunch of the damage.
Yeah, there is a lot of magic damage coming out in these fights, especially the Razor's plasma field hitting everybody typically. Like it adds up really fast.
Also, am I misremembering this? Barriers take into account resistances now, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so pipe and various other buffs make the Mephitic Shield, which gives an increased barrier, even better then. So that's a cool synergy.
Yeah, that was one of those things where they added it and did not realize how strong it was going to be, and that was just barrier meta, when every single barrier in the game was just OP. That was like when you could self-cast Solar Crest and it would give you like 70 attack speed and 50 move speed, and you would just keep running around attacking people. That was good stuff.
Rest in peace,
14-minute
Medallion.
Wisdom Rune. Uh-oh. Bad Rider. He should be able to get this. He can just lasso. Or, I was like, yeah, lasso TP. Ooh, wow, he almost dies. That was a very close one. But yeah, gets the Wisdom Rune. That's a big take from the Bat Rider. Aghanim Scepter now done on the Beastmaster. I don't think he can finish Roche in time here, so they will probably have to set up for a Roche topside if they want to do that. But they would need to take the tower first.
Wisdom Rune Steel is very helpful because off of that losing fight earlier, the supports were falling behind a little bit, but securing both Wisdom Runes at 14 minutes helps to equalize things.
Bastion trying to throw a little bit of bait here, but a lot of damage being stolen from the Razor, and now you gotta be very careful about this fight. Vitaly's got that roar, he just uses it, just jumps at the Abad, and I think maybe they expected the backup, but yeah, do you want to fight into a Razor with ult and like 200 stolen damage?
Maybe not. They might have been trying to bluff, but there's actually a ward in the jungle seeing that it was just the support, so it doesn't really work when they have all the information they need. Now they're going to look at the Bristleback.
They have the lasso, and there's no Abaddon here to save him. They can pull him back. Here's the Veil comes out, the Razor as well, the chain stuns. Could be more than enough, and yeah, you slowed up the team, but no one here to help him. Now looking for this tier 1 tower, and again, we did mention if they get this, they can look for the Roche, so very big objectives here for the side of looking for Oregon. 2 really solid movements across the map. They actually know this. They put a ward down here for Kiri. They know the Roche is coming.
It's a cool ward spot. It's actually just out of range of this the common sentries around here.
Yeah.
Can Monkey King slip in and drop the ult? He is making his way in.
They're actually backing. They're a little bit afraid. Vitaly's going to get caught on the low ground here. Great movements from the Dark Willow. Kiri almost dies. They also managed to find the Yodomi Ogre here, and Argius will just chase him down. So with that, Flame Team get themselves 2 kills, and now the Roshan for themselves. That's huge. That ward pays off.
Usually it would be hard to do Roche for this lineup right now, but with the Bristleback and the Abaddon giving a little bit more attack speed with his passive, oh, I guess it's only level 1, so not too much. My ears.
Yeah, you do. And I mean, that's one of the downsides of, you know, Beastmaster on Radiant, being that he typically wants to try and push the Roshan at the 15-minute mark when it's on Dire side. So it's just like a natural kind of buff for the Dire side if you're a Beastmaster, but Flame Team respond really well. They get themselves Roche. They're going to take the tier 1 tower. We'll have to start addressing these other 2 lanes, though.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This PA build's pretty interesting. Battle Fury, Manta, and now into an Orchid.
I'm like trying to think of where the Orchid is from, or like where.
I guess the Muerta, maybe? Like prevent her from using Pierce the Veil, though she's actually building a Manta herself. I guess when they blink to lasso or blink to roar, you can Manta, throw them off a little.
Okay, no, she's just queued up BKB. She says screw it.
Okay, okay.
Well, now with the Aegis on the side of Flame Team, I think looking for Org is just going to try and split the map and find what farm that they can. They're on their way to that Manta, like you said. And then I think Razor has his BKB now. No, but he is very close, 160, 170 gold away. So that will be up in a moment. I do feel like looking for Org have the potential to go late game, but Flame Team, I think, trying to force something. They're showing bottom and smoking towards the mid lane. PP's going to actually pop the smoke on the high ground. He has a shield rune, and they will be able to chase after this Razor. The minus armor starting to stack up. He's got nowhere to go. It is so much damage.
I think he was affected by 3 nasal goos there, and I took a look at his move speed. He was down to I think like 200 something. That's a Razor, right? That's how much move speed you're losing so quickly.
Yeah, with Hairball, the fact that it immediately applies 2 nasal goos is one of those things that, like, on the other facets it's not as great, but on this facet specifically, it is really strong.
EP out just in time.
Yeah, Balance Strike was just about to come up.
Well, looks like they're gonna lose their Tormentor. I don't think they can make it over to get it to steal the Dire's Tormentor. Ooh,
that is an entire Solar Crest that just died on that courier. Okay, Bastion gets the shard. A little unfortunate. Definitely would have preferred the Dark Willows.
Though, you know, one nice thing about it, when you have 3 right-clicking cores, is that as an Abaddon, maybe you don't want to get right in front of their face and hit them with Cursive Avernus. But if you can mist coil an enemy from afar and now give a attack speed buff to any cores hitting it, that's kind of nice.
True, actually. Really good point.
Particularly
They're smoking
good
over
this
the
game.
wisdom. They do not want to give this one up. They anticipate hopefully someone's still sticking around, and it will be the Abaddon. So looks like Bastion. He made the play call. I think it's it's a fine death. He is going to at least find the rest of the team, and he'll go down here slowly but surely.
Yeah, I think he was hoping it wouldn't be the full team, and you can maybe pop your ult, grab it, get out with the full team. No chance of that. But it's just the position 5 for a full smoke rotation, so it's really not that big of a deal for Flame Team, who goes and secures their own Tormentor and Wisdom. And where did the second one go to? Argus. Okay, that's a nice shard to get for free on your PA.
I was not expecting that. Do they actually just have 3 of their shards already?
Well, they got
Dark Willow
Abaddons.
bought hers.
They got the Abaddons, and Monkey King and Bristle already bought theirs. So it was between Dark Willow and EA.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Bristle always buys his early. I'm surprised the Monkey King bought his, but to get away from the Razor, it makes sense.
Exactly. I think just for that. Otherwise, you do kind of wait to see if you get it for free. Smoke on smoke action, but they're actually both going in different directions. So unless someone starts slipping through the twin gate, looks like nothing will actually happen here.
It's a 6,000 gold team gold lead that they've managed to build up here on Flame Team.
Dude, if Abaddon's courier dies again. Oh, Matthew saw it coming with an observer and they pinged it. I thought they were gonna wait to snipe it, but they just missed it.
He might. Is he chasing after it?
I think he is. Razor's going too.
Nah, okay.
I mean, it would have been a good courier to kill. That's a Solar Crest delayed again. Dark Willow actually is working on one herself too, but that's like half of Abaddon's net worth in the courier.
Alright, they're just going to go high ground, sit behind the Phantom Assassin, and this Abaddon. He actually just jumps in immediately looking for Yadobi here. The Roar's going to come out, the Dispel's not there, but the Lasso's going to find the Abaddon. In comes Pyke on the Puerta, and he is just ripping through these heroes one by one. Bastion will go down as well. PP looking to chase now. The BKB is going to expire. He hits 6 Nasal Goos stacked up on top of him. As soon as that BKB ended, great fear from the Muerta. Matthew trying to chase after him. Going to get the BKB out from the Monkey King. His Simian Stride disabled, trying to bound the strike to victory, and that should get him far enough away.
That was a pretty greedy jump onto an Ogre when you didn't have Aegis anymore. Maybe just not expecting everyone to have rotated back as quickly as they did, but pretty costly, I'd say, to get a PA to die there just for an Ogre Magi.
And we see the Muerta there, man. She comes in, drops the Ofrenda, and drops Pierce the Veil, and no one stood a chance. The PA died in like 4 auto attacks. So and this is going to become very difficult if she continues to do this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Muerta is very similar to Terrorblade, which is that you pop the transformation and you're not very mobile, but you do an insane amount of damage wherever you are. So you want to be very careful how you approach those fights, and I feel like jumping into that is asking for trouble, right? Especially with the Roar, the Blink Lasso, the Link. Like, you're going to be running away from this Muerta after you're the one who jumped in, right? I think you just hit the tower safely with the Abaddon behind you, and then it's easy to disengage. Muerta doesn't have her mobility items besides the Hurricane Pike right now.
Very quick kill there on to Matthew. Walked into the wrong neighborhood. They still will need a break for the Bristleback, because in that last fight, they almost kill him, but he sent out so much nasal goo out onto the whole team, and like Razor, for instance, was chasing after him. His BKB expired, and he basically went to 100 move speed immediately. So they're going to need to find a way to stop that from happening.
Yeah, it is 87% move slow and 27 negative armor if you are affected by all 6 nasal goo at this point. So very difficult to do anything if you don't have a BKB or a dispel to remove them, which they come out so quick that even if you do pop a Manta, like, you're gonna build up a couple stacks pretty quickly.
Radiant are scanning.
The Radiant scan connects, but Roshan's not up for another minute and a half. Flame Team don't know this, but the Dark Willow will just continue to sit there and try and scout this one out. Now this might actually... Okay, they're gonna see the monkey mid, so they're gonna know it's not up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe pressure the bottom, tier 2. The Ogre Bloodlust is making a huge difference, because Pyke didn't have to go Mjolnir. And that's one of those items that like typically is a must buy on the Muerta early on, but instead, because she has all this bonus attack speed, was able to buy, you know, an extra mobility item, get the Manta, and now going for the Silver Edge. You can actually chip. They're not coming back for this.
Trying to force him out of the Roche position.
They're
gonna go back.
Good job. They need to address this. Maybe they're just calling the bluff. They're like, yeah, they won't keep pushing. They'll be afraid. But
you either need to go to the push their high ground, or
this tower's dead, dude. Muerta is gonna clean this up.
Flame Team? They really want like, Roche.
And they're scanning. They're like, all right, they're in the Roche pit. Still, somebody's in there. They're gonna get a full lane. Half a lane, uncontested as the TPs start coming through. This is the thing with Muerta, dude. She hits towers so fast. And Flame Team just got giga baited by Roshan.
Dude, and then they finally leave and Roshan spawns right after. That
They're gonna come through the portal. They're smoking straight to the portal to try and beat Flame Team back to that side of the map.
And they've done it.
They're gonna do it. They need to get a ward sentry down immediately.
They do have to be careful about this, because if you all get Wukonged in the middle, you'd be wrecked, but
they're gonna get it
so fast.
They're actually taking it. They just pop Pierce the Veil, and they're not gonna make it in time. Flame Team just got RNG'd by the Roche timer.
That is quite unfortunate. This
what
does...
a good call from looking for Org, though. Give him credit.
Yeah. So we mentioned it earlier, the more experienced team versus not. This is one of those tricky situations. You want Roche, high ground's being pushed, and to maneuver that is really difficult. It really depends on the very specific situations in the game. And the players I'm looking for Org, right, they saw what's happening. They're like, yeah, bait them back. If they don't come back, we take it. And then because they came back, they know they can get Roche. I think you need to go back on Flame Team in that situation. I think you have to go back and defend, and then go fight Roche after. They are unlucky, since that was over 2-minute spawn on Roche, and if it had been any shorter, they would get it and make it back to defend. But you don't know that in Dota, and that's where the variability comes in. So we got a big fight here. They have Aegis.
I mean, they've already forced the Abaddon ult, and Pyke should be able to just kill this. Nice Manta dodge there on the dagger. Does he keep the dead shot to connect? They're going to terrorize him off. And that's going to save the Abaddon. They actually just delete the Bat Rider. Roar is out, reflected by the Lotus. Pyke is in with the ult. He's going to find that Monkey King on the low ground, but the BKB is going to protect him. Adrian needs to be careful as well. PP goes down. It's Pyke versus everybody now. He's disengaging here under the Shadow Blade, and he actually gets the gem. Wow, very close, but this is where the Razor needs to start tanking up and being a little bit more careful. He still can't survive the burst damage. Yeah. I feel like a casual Ghost Scepter would go a long way this game.
That would be kind of cool, but he's got the Satanic queued up. Looks like that's going to be the more standard choice. Technically a losing fight, but stealing the gem is actually pretty big, especially because Pyke built a Silver Edge. He just finished now, so no longer having that constant detection and losing wards around the map actually makes this very difficult now for them. So because of that gem, I kind of feel like it's even, if not a win.
Yeah, I would say closer to even. Because the fight took place in the corner of Flame Team's map, right? So they don't actually get really
I
any
guess to
map
just do this
control out
because
of
they
it.
don't have any gem, although a sentry happens to spawn right now.
He's so close to killing the Bristleback, but it's not enough, and now Pyke is in trouble here, surrounding. And comes the PA, goes for the break, but PP here now on this Razor, pops that BKB, just gonna try and hold that TA, or the PA in place. Another reflected roar here, but in comes the Wukong's command. The damage is being built up, and now you've got to try and get out on Flame Team. You've spent everything.
Middle tower is
The
under
buyback even from the Bat Rider. It works. I mean, the elongated fights, like we said, it pays off for this Razor. He survives this time.
2 supports. You get a buyback from the Bat Rider. That's kind of nice. And considering how close Adrian was to dying just right off the bat, I suppose you'll take that. That was something looking for org started. Yeah,
I'm really
Adrian's got to get to
curious.
his own BKB so he can survive this Muerta.
Yeah, I'm really curious what jungle item he's going to go. Tier 3, he goes for the Quiver. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good one. I feel like a lot of times the Grove Bow might still be better just because the amplified damage component of it, but that extra burst I think might work better this game. If you can especially surprise your hero like Abaddon and get the break, you might be able to just kill him.
I think the extra true strike every 4 seconds is also
That's
pretty
true.
meaningful versus a PA and potential evasion that might come out from other heroes later. Like there's an Elven Tunic on the Monkey King. So, yeah, that math is a little tricky. It's probably more of a feel for most players, but I'm sure there's some math there about what's better.
All right. Last shard will go to Kiri there. So Dark Willow's first crown. A very good shard. One of the better ones, especially as BKB timers get lower. But they clean up the mid-tier 2 for this. And looking for Org. Feel like they're the ones in full control of the map. The Aegis is about to expire, though. That will change then. And now Pyke gets to swap in that Chrysalis and work towards that Daedalus.
Yeah, not that Pyke hasn't already been doing a good job up to here, but now that he is officially picking up Critical Strike, that's where carry Muerta feels like it really pops off. Because you ult, get a lucky crit, and someone is just gone. So this is where things become very scary for Flame Team if they don't find Muerta and potentially jump her first. She's gone a pretty damage-oriented build. So potentially if you can jump and stun her, you can get the kill quickly. But it's not easy. Now they have Abyssal. And it kind of has to be like Boundless Strike, Abyssal, Terrorize, and you have to get her in that time. And that's where Roar and Lasso are all going to come in to try to interrupt the damage so that Muerta lives long enough to then pierce the veil and become immune to all the physical damage.
There is a haste rune bottled up on the Razor, which could make a massive difference in this fight. Did I see a Linken's on the Monkey King there?
Yeah, he just finished a Linken's.
Nice. Okay, that helps out a lot. Because he's the one who's kind of going in a lot of times getting static linked, but now the Razor might be tanky enough to sit on the Phantom Assassin. So that's the next big target. If you can actually stay on top of her, wait till the Phantom Strike comes out before throwing the static link, you can probably chase her down. Smoke up, looking for Org. Could try and walk up onto the high ground, see if they can get something done here, but
Looks like they just want the Wisdom Rune. They were seeing if anyone was going to come in for it. But Bastion has once again made the play. He actually just steals theirs on the other side.
Dire are scanning.
Despite having... Oops.
that's an oopsie.
There should be a way to disable all chat when you're playing so that you can't accidentally do that. A little unfortunate, but odds are it doesn't actually matter. Most pro teams have someone who will ping the time, but there probably is a situation where it's like, ah, dang, oops, we forgot the Roche, and then someone gives it to you.
You're like, oh, nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna see the timer here in, you know, just about 12 seconds. So I have an idea of when that's gonna respawn. Neither of the teams will though, and Flame Team really got kind of screwed over by their Roche timing last time. So we'll see if that ends up happening again. It's gonna be 1 minute and 45 seconds. So kind of middle time spawn. And that Daedalus is done, bro. And he's on his way to the Mjolnir as well.
Scary.
So like he's getting to the point where he will just delete heroes. And this will be third Roche. And if it's on Dire's side, that Aghanim Scepter, not something that you like to see on Muerta, but if you get it for free, is kind of wicked.
Yeah, especially versus... Because you can use spells, but you can't attack.
Yeah,
and versus 3 right-clicking cores, that's going to be really nice. Although, can it be dispelled? Can Abaddon remove it?
Undispellable. Completely
Okay.
undispellable. It is a hard stun for 4 seconds. So, especially if you consider Bristleback, like the only way he survives is like if he gets broken, he just runs away, and you can just parting shot him, and kill him right with a break. So it's very possible that ends up being the case. We'll see what they do with it though. The more likely scenario is it goes to the Razor for the double Eye of the Storm, especially as he gains levels and gets closer to the Eye of the Storm interval talent. Those types of things definitely add up. Tier 4 jungle items, though. A big power spike for some of these heroes. Muerta would love to get the Mindbreaker. We're going to see what's happening. A smoke out here from Flame Team. They're going to find Pike here on the bottom side. They hit him with the Abyssal. The Wook. They don't even have to. They just trap him in place. A Glimmer Cape spells disaster.
That was very nicely done by Flame Team. A little lucky to run into the Muerta at that angle. A second different, and she would have been gone. But very nice find. That actually secures Roche, I think. If they head straight over, Muerta would have to buy back, and she doesn't even have it. Not that they know that.
That is such a massive find.
And amplified damage picked up as well. You're going to feel really good about going for Roche right now. But you have to go quickly because Muerta's Ofrenda's in there, so that's going to scare them a little bit, knowing that she could buy back and just join. Again, not knowing that she can't. Oh, but a lot of them are showing in the wave. Okay, so yeah, they know they've got this for free.
It's a big Roche. It's a very big Roshan, and the Aghanim Scepter will just be given to the Abaddon.
Oh, that I hadn't even been thinking about. That is so good. We were talking about it earlier, kind of forgot about it. That is really nice. Looks like they're not fully sure yet. They haven't used it quite yet. Who else would they be debating? Maybe Bristleback?
I mean, for team fights, the Abaddon's is so much better. It's either that or you... I mean, I don't know. I can't actually justify going to anyone else. I feel like it has to be him.
I agree. Yes, dude, he's queuing up a refresher. Come on, do it.
He's gonna give it to the King, dude.
No!
That's actually so sad.
No. He should have just done it. He should just use it and be like, oh, sorry, I misclicked, man. So I was trying to pass it. My bad.
I was trying to pop a smoke, and then
sorry, dude.
My ags disappeared.
I mean, to be fair, and maybe some of the logic here is, the ideal fight is that it's kind of what they did to Muerta, right? You find a single target, straight up delete. It's not a straight team fight where you need the Abaddon's Ags. It's just a clear-cut kill with the deletion of all the crits, right? And so maybe they're thinking if they take the ideal fight like that, you don't need the Abaddon Ags, but the Monkey King clones would actually help you do more damage in those situations. I get that.
They have Nullifier coming, or already done now on the Monkey King as well.
I feel like they're about to engage in a proper fight where Abaddon Ags could be good. Although Beastmaster's not here, so... For Org, probably just has to escape. Yeah, TP's out. Okay, while we have a quick moment there, I was taking a quick look. Muerta, all the free attack speed she's getting, from Bloodlust, Ofrenda facet, which isn't really free. I know it's like part of her kit, but you didn't used to have that. And then a solar crest, so she gets 185 extra attack speed, and that's why she doesn't have to build it. She can just go for all these other damage things.
Matthew is on the run right now.
It's got a gem too.
Yeah, they did see Bastion there coming through, so Pike will just back away under his Silver Edge.
Ooh, Adrian, I didn't even notice. He went Halberd on the Bristle, which is really cool because Morita went so greedy. They didn't have a lot of stuns. It makes sense why she skipped BKB, but that means Halberd's pretty good. She does have it queued up now, but it's still 2,000 away, and you probably want to start saving buyback as well at this time, I would say.
Yeah, it'd be pretty greedy not to have it.
Greedy is a carry player's middle name.
This game's been very close, but I don't really know which team actually is in the lead because a fight can go any way at this point, right? Looking for like 6K behind, but that amount of gold this late into the game,
nothing. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter all that much. Pike, again, might be getting found here on the bottom side. There is a Dark Willow scouting him out.
Boy, he tried to ninja gear in it. Yeah, he immediately knows. Yeah, I think any fight comes down to execution and who finds who, right? A Monkey King seeing you in the trees, leading to the abyssal deletion we saw earlier, or maybe you blink lasso, roar a key target, Abaddon not in the area, right? You take PA out of the fight instantly. That's really what these fights will come down to. How much damage Pike is actually allowed to do in a fight. Can they kite him or not? It's really going to come down to the team's movements and vision.
Closing in on the Beastmaster 25 as well. I mean, he's got Refresher Shivas. He's just been farming, man. He's chilling. Matthew's like, no shot, I'm letting you have that ward.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right, they're gonna, push for the bottom lane here. Banners down. Muerta is split pushing at the moment. Gonna send the illusions up onto the high ground and likely start to retreat here in a moment, but maybe not. All right, Dark Willow's going back to defend. Monkey King's going back to defend. They're realizing maybe they thought one of those was real because they actually threw the Terrorize. They definitely thought one of those was real. They're gonna smoke up bottom side here and see what they can find.
It would have been kind of a sick bait to do that. You know, one hero, one illusion. Pretend you're in both illusions, but actually take the tower when they're looking away.
Aegis expires. Looking for Org, a little split. They might intercept this Dark Willow or the Monkey King in the mid lane, and it looks like it's going to be the Dark Willow immediately deleted by Pike. Very fast kill. Great use of the dead shot to prevent that Shadow Realm. And that's 45 seconds. No Willow. Does have the buyback, though. And it looks like the Muerta did buy out, so she is not saving that buyback.
They're taking a very aggressive posture, waiting right by the ledge of the high ground, potentially trying to delete someone if looking for a ward where to walk up, but it's not going to be the case. They're going to back out. I think with how tense the game is, they really want a stronger pickoff than a Dark Willow, who probably has buyback before pushing high ground again.
Razor's also getting really close to critical mass, right? Like, the Refresher is one of those items on Razor that is pretty damn strong. Double BKB, double Eye of the Storm, double Satanic. Like, the fights suddenly become very difficult. Well, they get the Tormentor and they will back away.
Who got that shard? Oh, Pike got it. That's actually a nice damage increase for him. Though he's 8 Pierce the Veil stacks. That's okay. I thought he might have a little more as a carry, but I guess it's been a relatively low kill game for his team. Wow, both teams doing a really good job of just reading the movements. There's been a lot of dodges this game.
Yeah. I mean, that's just 8% bonus damage for the Muerta, right? During Pierce the Veil.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. She does big damage.
You certainly won't complain. That number can only go up.
Donks,
Especially
baby.
now that you have the data
Best
list.
now.
It's and now that you have the data list, it's much easier to truly secure the kill with Pierce the Veil rather than do some damage and then have to finish it off after the ult ends.
And that juicy 25 talent just came out, the 20% gunslinger chance now. So that talent is wild for the Muerta. It used to be the level 20 and it got moved to 25 because Carry Muerta was in, you know, too good at one point.
Dude, I'm looking at her talents. I had no idea she had a 1.5 max HP regen while inside the calling. What?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I don't think anyone has ever picked that talent in history of Dota 2. That was definitely one of those talents they just kind of threw onto the kit, and they're like, we'll change it eventually. And then they decided to add facets and innates, and they're like, yeah, we're never getting back to that.
One day, maybe. All right, we're getting to the next. Oh my god. Near max spawn. I think it was 255.
Yeah.
Really long Roche spawn this time. About to have a chaotic fight for Roche, and it's not even going to matter.
That is going to reflect the stun. Matthew trying to TP out. Terrorize does not make it in time. You lose the Ogre, but the rest of the team barely escapes. That is a big win, and because of the long Roche spawn, it might spawn on Radiant. Or, like, not spawn on Radiant, but it might make its way down to the Radiant side.
It probably will. The question is, are they going to wait here hoping it spawns, or are they going to go move out? Because that's the funny thing about these situations. Usually an Ogre kill, 100 seconds, because it's a dieback timer from previously, should give you a huge amount of map control, and you get a lot of farm. But you wouldn't be in position for Roche. It seems like they've decided, because it's not up, we're not going to bother waiting for it. We're just going to move out on the map, which is going to work out for them in this case.
If they actually find Muerta again, it would be absolutely huge. She is very close to getting caught on the bottom wave here, but
shouldn't get caught now that they revealed themselves.
yeah.
Credit where it's due. I wasn't sure about giving the Ags to the Abaddon. We'll see if it comes back around, but hasn't really needed the Abaddon Ags since that moment, but Monkey King's certainly been getting a bit faster farm speed with the Ags in the meantime.
Yeah,
and if they could secure a new Ags with this next Roshan, that'd be great. They have to be in the pit as it spawns, I think, to kill it in time before it moves. If they're all there, I think you can do it. Otherwise, I guess you're getting a refresher, which I suppose just double BKBs, maybe like double Wukongs is maybe the best. Although maybe on PA as well, the double Abyssal, double BK could also be good. Though she's building her own refresher, I guess, so. Well, actually, she bought the recipe, but has a Lincoln queued up, so maybe change her mind.
no one knows what they want to do. I mean, Lincoln's is so necessary against the Razor. Because these static links, like, legitimately, they do so much damage and attack speed. Oh, he's going to lock in. Ends up finding the Abaddon, but just dies. Doesn't BKB at all, and now Pike has to run away. You spent your Pierce the Veil for this. It's up in about 30 seconds, and Razor can buy back, but he just walked in and didn't BKB.
So other people did a little damage too, between Abaddon and Monkey King, about 1,000. But PA did 2,000 damage in 2 seconds. That is, he just didn't expect that. He didn't get to use anything. He didn't BKB, Satanic, Manta, Refresher. He even has a Greater Lotus. He didn't get to use anything.
Yeah.
The one stun they had is all they needed.
I mean, in that situation, like, you buy Refresher so that you can pop the first BKB like this. Right?
Yeah,
he had already popped Eye of the Storm. He could have just BKB static linked the Abaddon and then immediately refreshered. And then if the fight continues, he still has like Satanic and a second, you know, spell, like, round of spells.
Yeah, or am I misremembering? Like, Did he not plasma field as he walked in?
He did, yeah. He plasma fielded when he walked in. He saw heroes on the high ground too.
I feel like if you go that far and you plasma field, you see Roche isn't up. I don't think you keep going. I feel like you just step back. Yeah, or like send a boar in.
Yeah, that was definitely a like moment of, you know, a lack of lapse in judgment type of scenario.
I guess he just thought he was tankier than he is. It's really like he even has an AV on his feather, so I get it, right? You're like, I'll go in first, I'll bait it out.
Well, here we go. Both teams know Roche has to be up. It's past max timer. They can look here to maybe try and jump Adrian. They're gonna immediately roar him up. In comes the Huerta, and there's the kill on the backside of the fight. They get on top of Argius, and now he's gonna be forced to BKB. The second roar is gonna catch him. Abaddon can't save him. 3 dead. A big terrorize comes out, but they're gonna triple buyback into this. They're up on the high ground. Nice boundless strike. Wukong's command is down. Matthew, as well as the Ogre, will be the ones to pay the price. Now they can buy back and TP in bottom, but they did spend a lot for this.
This is all
like we're gonna give it up.
Or not Monkey Kings, but 3 buybacks from Flame Team to secure that Roche. That is a big investment, and they are leaving behind the banner, guys. Guys, the banner.
Oh my god, how many times does this keep happening?
It was blocked by Wukong's. The Ags, it should have gone to Abaddon.
All right, well, triple buyback coming out from the side of Flame Team. So that is a win condition, but the Phantom Assassin is the one who actually gets the Aegis. This is one of those things where it's like, Abaddon is very good at dispelling and keeping heroes alive, but at this point in the game where you have 2 roars and a Muerta that can just like delete heroes under Pierce the Veil, it becomes a lot more difficult. That's when his Aghanim Scepter would make a big deal. Make a big difference.
It was also, I don't know, Monkey King wasn't in position. He was in the base. That's why that fight went so poorly for Flame Team to start, and they had to use so many buybacks. I feel like there's 2 moments in this game where some maneuverings around Roche is what caught them. And that's certainly a learning point for a newer team to discuss. It's really tough to make those calls in the moment, but everything else has been looking really good, you know? So I know this game's not over, but I am very excited for Flame Team because they're so new, but it's been looking pretty good besides those moments.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Pike. You need help. I don't know how many times I've seen a Muerta or like a carry walk up and like 2-shot a Tormentor and die in the process. So you get the shard for Matthew. Why not? At this point, it's not that bad. The Muerta did buy an MKB though, so deciding that she does need a way to pierce the evasion from the Phantom Assassin.
You've got to. Also, the True Strike isn't even that bad versus some of the armor, high armor of, you know, like a Monkey King and a Bristleback. There's the Halberd Evasion, Aviana's Feathers are out. I think it's a solid purchase.
No boots now, but we'll have the option of going. She's holding buyback, can go Moonshard, can still buy a refresher. Pike walks up, yoinks that shield rune from right under Flame Team's nose. They are smoked on the... Wow. He's like, wait a minute, I hit someone. They're there, guys, run. Very convenient dead shot.
Sometimes you get lucky.
That being said, they're walking right up onto the high ground, and they are looking for the target. They will see Bastion. Do they get the last one? They get the break onto the bat, but he gets the ult. Yikes, what an unfortunate pause. Oh, no. I mean,
Positioning
we'll see what happens.
Okay, here we
go. You gotta
go.
just roar, but we'll see what happens. As soon as you go for it, it gets caught from the Lincolns. In comes the Razor. Wukong's command is out, and they're just gonna disengage on looking for Org. And they find another opening, though. You have the refresher on the Razor. He's in trouble, just getting beat down. Has to pop the second ult. Satanic. It's available if he wants to use it, but instead they will walk away. Roar's going to cast some Venom. Has some Pike comes in. He's trying to finish the kill. He gets some. That's an Aegis. You did commit Refresher on your Razor. You did commit your BKBs, but we'll back away after just claiming an Aegis.
Yeah, Abaddon's making this game so tricky. They
immediately slow.
Okay, hold on.
Coming back in to break the Refresher into the second BKB, but Pike is going to pop Pierce the Veil. He's right into the center of the team. They're trying to get away, but where's their targets? He can't find them. They're hiding in the trees. Pike's got to run. They've lost the Bat Rider. They legitimately just hid in trees, and it worked.
Playing the Monkey King, man. It's tough, because you want to go Blink Lasso, Blink Roar, whatever, but this Abaddon staying out of sight, even has the invis from Trickster Cloak. If you don't know where he is, you're gonna waste your ult for an 8-second cooldown to Photic Shield. So, like, for example, earlier when PA got killed, her Aegis was respawning. Usually you would see Muerta get ready to pierce the veil, and then Bat Rider would Blink Lasso, go for the second kill. But Abaddon, he's just waiting on the high ground. They know this, but they can't see him, so you can't do anything about it. So all these fights where they'd like to commit further, it's really tricky, because if you commit further, you get shielded off. Now you're in deep versus the Monkey King ult, and the PA and the Bristleback running you down.
The other thing, too, is the reason they're trying to push this so hard on looking for Org is they know the buybacks are not available on 3 heroes for Flame Team, and if they get, like, the Bristleback or the PA or even the Abaddon, that opens up the potential ending of the game. So, for right now, I think Flame Team need to play passive. We need to wait for these buybacks to come off cooldown.
Game 1 of the day. We're going to push an hour here.
Well, we were here for a little over 11 hours yesterday. I feel like we might be back in
This is the start of it.
round 2.
Some really big neutrals could come out if the game gets there. Unwavering Condition, of course. Top amongst them.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely the best one.
Mirror Shield, really good this game. Against the Roar, Lassos, all of that.
Dude, if they actually get like 3 Mirror Shields on Flame Team, I actually think looking for Org just straight lose.
Busted, right? Or like a Book of Shadows could also be really good. Book of Shadows. Stygian Deso, just one person to have negative armor for 3 right-clicking cores. Could be really good. Pirate Hat. Dark Willow with the Pirate Hat, she got an Ags. Like, we're getting late enough, we're kind of like missing some, I'm missing some of these. But she has an Ags. If she gets a free Pirate Hat, she's the 4th right-clicking core. Thank you, Abaddon. Please, pick up the duties. I am now just another core.
That's like Dark Willow Ags is like Muerta at home type of scenario, you know?
Soon she's gonna be just as good. Oh, that is a very long death timer.
He had ult.
It must have been a huge PA crit that just did the 400 threshold in one go.
Dude, that's actually 100% what it was. Okay, they know there's no buyback. They have to know this, so they're just gonna walk straight high ground. They're like, guys, the Abaddon's dead, and he can't be back, so hit the buildings. And they would be correct on that one. Now, they do have the Roshan's banner, which will protect these creeps for now. The Fear actually breaks them from the Wukong's command ring. Really nice stuff there from Pike. But the banner picked up by the illusions. You still have 60 seconds without the Abaddon, and that lane of barracks in trouble here. Dude, if Razor had an Ags right now, the game actually just ends. That would have been crazy.
I'm surprised they're not pushing it harder, but they may not know the exact Abaddon buyback timing. So you're
gonna get 2 potential lanes?
Pretty much for free.
Dude, that is one of those moments where it's like, yeah, guys, let's get a Tormentor. 280 gold, super worth it. 2 lanes of barracks just immediately dead as a result. Now, they get a nice terrorize, but PB gets the BKB off. He's looking to try and stay on top of the PA, but in comes the first roar. Second Wukong's command is out. The second roar comes out. PA is dead. That's a dieback, but it's possible. In 15 seconds, you can rejoin the fight, but Pike is too damn strong. Flame Team, it's fallen apart here. Mega creeps possible.
They're gonna all
Razor's
buy
still
back
standing
in
his
a
ground.
moment.
The Lotus Orbs are there, but he pops the Satanic, just holding back Adrian. Yeah, there is a buyback, but Monkey King will pop his first. In comes the bat, and he gets silenced and broken. He's dead. He's gonna buy back immediately. That's what I was saying earlier. You can kill the Abaddon if he's in a bad spot with this Muerta Silver Edge, and that was one of those scenarios. All right. Do you just safely back away? The damage has been done. A 17,000 gold advantage built up. This is like a 25K swing.
That is so painful. Now okay, I mean, there's certainly learnings
too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
The PA one's gonna get away. There's 60-minute items coming in. It looks like right now Flame Team is trying everything they can to try and find some.
Another moment of RNG in Dota. There's certainly some learnings to be had there that we'll discuss in a moment, because it's actually crazy to say they could still win just by nature of, if you get a really good fight, the death times are so long, you can run it down, force buybacks, all that sort of thing. So Flame Team is not fully out if you still find the types of fights they have found throughout the game, quickly deleting one hero at a time. It looks totally different. That fight goes poorly because Abaddon is still dead when they jump. So Razor finally does something. Like, he's actually able to contribute linking the PA, and you don't have a bunch of saves from the Abaddon buffing her up. You're missing the Vlad, the Solar Crest, all the shields, the healing. I'm surprised they tried to jump. Abaddon was close to being up.
So some of the tier 5s are coming out. One Mirror Shield, there's a Stygian. But the big item that I actually was pretty sure the Muerta would go for if she actually gets it is the Force Boots. And she got it. So
really
Force
good.
Boots now available for the Muerta, a hero that kind of struggles with mobility, now just has extra movement speed for free, and of course the self-cast Force Staff as well. So she has 2 Force Staffs, Bloodlust, she's like 500 MS without boots. This hero is going to be really scary now.
Bristle with the Apex now has 5,300 health. That's
Resets
quite
of
a
Force.
lot.
Razor Force Boots, bro. This guy's zooming. He's going to be so
It's
fast,
so good.
actually. It unlocks your move speed, right?
Yeah,
So,
you can chase, but you can also now get out of Monkey King's ult pretty, well, I'll say pretty easily. I know it's really large, so depending where you are, maybe it still takes some time, but that's really good. A Book of Shadows comes out. They're getting really good neutrals. Let's see what Matthew needs to get. Oh, Apex on PA. I mean, it's a nice chunk of damage.
not the best, though.
Yeah, I wonder what did he get? Like
Probably got
unwavering
unfortunate
condition,
options.
Apex, something like that. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
You definitely would prefer the Mirror Shield this game. It is way too good.
Yeah.
Roshan's about to respawn in just 5 seconds, it looks like. Looking for Orgs in a good spot here to take it. Matthew got an Arcanist armor.
I'm gonna be real. I think a lot of people on paper like that item. I feel like it's a bait. I feel like every time I've ever seen it, pro matches or pubs, it's not that good.
What if it actually just bugged and doesn't work? Has anyone
That'd be
even tested to
hilarious.
see if it works, like the active?
I haven't. I think. Okay, well, hold on. Roche, who's getting what? This is a refresher and cheese. They don't even know where to put everything. Okay, PP's getting the
I like
Aegis.
this, yeah.
Cheese. Okay.
Your
Ogre's
Razor
got
has
a
plenty of
second
spots
banner.
still, so I like this. Like Muerta actually can't afford to
Swap
do
things
this.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she needs all of her items.
She's got her backpack refresher. Gonna go for a Swift Blink. I don't even know what you replace with a Swift Blink.
Well, we have our first divine purchase of the game on the Phantom Assassin now.
That's your way back into this. You just find a random target, delete them. Okay, my issue with the Arcanist armor is that it is an aura that does like 40 damage reflection, right? But a lot of ultra late game fights, PA is the epitome of this. Beastmaster and Bad Rider or others, you focus one guy. And reflecting 40% will not save you from being 100 to 0 killed in half a second. You'll reflect some damage, but you are dead. And that is the key moment.
I also feel like the implicits on it are really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the person wielding it gets, what, 10 armor and 20... Actually, does he even get the aura with it as well?
I think so.
So maybe he's getting 40% magic, or like, you know, almost 40% magic, but a lot of magic resistance. But this is you know, not the best game for it. We're gonna see them go high ground here on the Razor, try and get the Mega Creeps with backside. I just blinked it. Who's gonna find the roar? Immediately dispelled. Argus trying to make it back to the fountain, but the heroes are falling on the side of Flame Team. They're gonna buy back on one Pikes, gonna pop their pressure, sit in the enemy fountain. But he's going to blink away now, realizing he needs to back. They're going to buy back on the Bristle. They're going to buy back on this Beastmaster. But Yadomi, he's just going to be dead in the base here.
Is he though?
Oh my god. The sickest escape ever.
Oh, okay, you got the Beastmaster buyback. I guess kind of a hold. Aegis still has 2.5 minutes though, so you can push again while Dark Willow is down. And she actually doesn't have buyback. They may not know that though. She bought out, I think, the Moon Shard or a Crystallis. I forget which. So she's actually short a little gold. And she did get the Mirror Shield, which we were talking about being really good, but she's actually pretty low on the priority of who they want to jump.
Yeah, who's gonna go? Yeah, she's
yeah. So I don't actually know if it's that good on her. She would have preferred, I feel like, a pirate hat or something.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna see them go high ground here once again. Razor's just gonna pop the ult, start to get to work on this barracks, and that will be the Mega Creeps. Now, he has the backup. You still have that Aegis, like you said, but these Force Boots are doing work, man. They're getting all over the place.
Dark Willow's back up. You still have to be careful. For having Megas and everything, it is still a very tense game. 17k means nothing at this point.
Dude, 3 sets of Force Boots is hilarious. Like, whatever hero just like wants to go on just gets like just zoomed forward and then zoomed back.
Can Ogre multicast Book of Shadows? Is this actually massive potential grief?
You're right. You actually might be able to.
Just Book of Shadows your Muerta when she's ulted.
We're gonna find out if that happens in the fight. That'll be nuts. I think he's only using it as like a Ghost Scepter for himself, essentially, to be fair. But yeah, if you accidentally like Book of Shadows yourself, that'll be rough. And then like get an extra hero. Surprised we haven't seen him test it, but we'll see.
Just see if it works. Well, you don't multicast on your own team when you like self-force staff.
Yeah,
It's when you aggressively use it, but that could still be bad. Like you're more just trying to focus the enemy, and you accidentally aggressively Shadow Realm like the whole enemy team. So as long as you're careful with it, maybe it won't matter.
20 seconds on Aegis. You're about to have double Razor ult. Do you just YOLO it into the high ground?
It's so scary. If you slip up, like for example, your Beastmaster dies again, no buyback, right? And suddenly you're on the back foot. You might just wait. I think you might just wait. You have, because the base is where it's really tricky. In theory, you have total map control here, right? You have Megas, you set up the aggressive wards, you have a gem, you have Blink Lasso, Blink Roar. So you just patrol the map, continue to grow your gold, and at some point you hopefully find a pickoff. I think the correct choice, unfortunately, for Flame is to sit in the base for quite a long time, and you'll fall behind in gold, but you sort of need to wait for your own buybacks, and that's the time on Bristle and the gold for Dark Willow. And you can only move out as a full group for moments at a time because you're against Megas. You like push top for 30 seconds and all fall back. Repeat.
Dive are scanning.
The AoE Mistcoil is actually owning these creep waves. That's kind of nuts. And he also has the Seer Stone, so he can cast it from so far back.
Dude, I'm sure wishing we had Abbott on Ags right around now if I'm playing team.
Just blinks in on Pike, tries to go for the tower, gets pushed back, forces the Pierce the Veil. He will be fine. You'll have to wait another 40 seconds for that cooldown, but you do manage to take one of the tier 4 towers.
Are we gonna see the Revenant's Brooch from anyone, do you think? To be able to hit Muerta in her ult?
PA's the only one that can.
And she's got another Divine queued up.
Yeah, like she would need to like sell an item and kill Revenants.
What about Dark Willow, actually?
You could, but I think if you go that, you still need like your Moon Shard, which actually I think she has.
Has it? Yeah.
Yeah, then maybe Revenant's Brooch Parasma is the build. That's what I would do.
Looks like she wants a Dragon Lance, which is fair. More cast range from the back, or more attack range. But yeah, just so far we keep seeing Pierce the Veil be a get out of jail free card, and
the last one they've got the added silence into the break. Quick kill. 125 seconds, but he will have that buyback available. PP pops his refresher immediately. Will have the second ult available. He's gonna pop it. You just need to go in. You gotta start hitting the tower with these Eye of the Storms, buddy. He's gonna go in. Will go in, pop that BKB, starts to whittle through the tower, but they will back away. They don't want to risk it anymore. I mean, that's everything out of your Razor. So again, you're just waiting, but you're slowly chipping away at the enemy base, and you do get a really big buyback.
Yeah. Crimson Guard on Bristleback.
Can what?
I feel like maybe you get a Crimson Guard on Bristleback.
To try and keep towers alive?
Yeah, like a backpack one, and you drop it. Because at some point, we're going to reach the time when everyone just BKBs and hits buildings and backs and repeats. Like, you need a way to deal with that chip damage. I mean, it might be a little too late because the tier 4 is so close to falling. Let me check how much it would block, because I think it's actually pretty significant.
Like 300 damage right now, I think, with his 5.5k HP, I think.
He's so much health, actually. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, like 200 damage block per attack.
Okay. Second Divine Purchase with buyback, so that's going to be the one that you put in the fountain in case you die, I'm guessing.
Yeah, next to your Crimson Guard.
Yes.
Pick up, activate, swap back up.
I mean, at what point do you... I mean, they have to get the tier 4 tower here.
The alerts, they're gonna get it!
Blink, they go for the lasso. He's got a link pit to protect him. PP's gonna go in though, get to work here on the throne. Blink Abyssal, gonna get around top of him, but the Book of the Shadows will bail him out. He will back away. Another
that is
tier
just
4.
gonna keep happening.
Yep. They're gonna go back for Roche now. They know what's up. So with this, I'm sure you just put Aegis on the Razor again. Refresher, I don't even know. Who cares? Matthew, maybe?
I kind of feel like you wait for it to go to nighttime. I know you don't want to, because it's a bigger window that the enemy gets it and all that, but you really don't need more refreshers. And Jesus.
Yeah, I think you just give it to Matthew, and maybe you get like some cool double lasso play.
Yeah.
Honestly, a double lasso play could end the game, but I'm trying to think like if there's a specific Ags that would just win them the game instead, you know?
Okay, double Arcanist armor. I don't even know if it stacks. I don't know if he knows if it stacks.
Could you imagine though? That'd be pretty funny. You just like give everyone a double blade mail proc for your whole team. Monkey King also has a Divine. So that's the third Divine Rapier for Flame Team. They are 36,000 gold behind, and they have not been able to leave their base for about 13 minutes.
That's another thing. Wukong's doesn't even reflect damage.
Kongs is out. Nice boundless strike onto the supports. Book of Shadows gonna save Udomi, but Matthew's dead. Okay. A very nice fight there. Oh, Muerta's in. Does she get the kill? She just needs one more auto attack, but the Dark Willow will live.
Battle Realm and Borrowed Time come out at the literal last second possible. He used a refresher as well. Let's see if they want to push it. They still have the Aegis, of course.
Matthew bought back.
And a good amount of refreshers on the other heroes. Yeah. They're looking for the lasso. Adrian's a bit tanky, but I mean, you can kind of kill anyone at this point.
Sure. Yeah, like the break is there. The damage from Muerta is overwhelming. Now the BKB, the Blade Mill, trying his best to survive. The Abaddon Axe. It's not even there, but he does manage to find the Abyssals out of the Muerta. She's gonna get a Yule's out. Aurora is there, but Pike, he needs help.
400 health.
Of the Shadows, he is gone. The Razor dead on the front side, though. Can they save him? He's got a Satanic left. That is it. You need another Book of Shadows here. Instead, they will just walk out. You are kidding me. How are they alive?
Book of Shadows and Pierce the Veil. It's giving him so much wiggle room. You need PA on, the target, like Muerta, right? And we saw, I think one crit did 2,000 damage or something. Almost instantly killed her, but then Book of Shadows. So do you focus the Ogre? That means Muerta's going to be hitting you. So it's really tricky here, but they have to somehow keep the Ogre out. Maybe you have to terrorize him away as it's happening.
I mean, they can just keep trying to make these lasso plays, right? Like, this ability's cooldown this late in the game is super low.
It is a little scary, though, because he bought back. If you go for the Blink Lasso and you slip up, suddenly you're gone for, I don't know, was it 125 right now? Yeah.
I cannot believe Adrian lived there. That was wild.
I can't believe so many people lived. Like Abaddon and Dark Willow earlier. Barely
Who Wind Wakered him? Was that Matthew on the Batrider?
Matthew has a Wind Waker. I don't know who else does at this point. Looks like it's just Matthew still. You need to find a way to funnel gold to your Abaddon. He has so much growth potential, but I know you can't really wait for for him to farm the creeps. They have to keep killing him, but this is the strength really of Pirate's Hat and all that. Yeah, I know, right? As Tylung considers his 7th item purchase, what's the next 7,000 gold item I can buy? Already consumed his moon shard and everything.
Yeah, he's consumed yeah, it's a lot.
Let's see who's floating on. Oh my god, Muerta, please moonshard your teammates. She's sitting on 17,000 gold.
How have we not seen Parting Shot? How do we not have the accent right now?
That's how low he... Well, he does. Okay, he does have it queued up. And he has enough money to buy the whole thing.
Okay, I am going to be tilted if he finishes his game with 20,000 gold and doesn't buy accent.
I mean, if they win right here, it's fair.
That Bristleback was dead if he just Parting Shotted him. That's what I don't understand. The Bristleback actually would have just died there. He would have never gotten the BKB off. He would have been it.
Well, he does have the... Oh, I guess you're right. Bristle got rid of his pipe because of where they're at, which I get. But actually, that pipe passive aura would be very nice against the Muerta at this point. This is why Muerta late game is so tricky, because are you dealing with physical damage or are you dealing with magic damage? Right, she gets to choose, and you kind of need both. That fills up a lot of slots.
Pike, please buy the accent.
I used to be a big proponent of Backpack Helm of the Overlord. I tried it in one of my games. I went this far. It's actually not as good as I thought. The Overlord creep is kind of weak. Yeah. But free damage aura, Alpha Wolf behind her might not be bad anyways if you're going to float 20,000 gold. So, just an idea, throwing it out there.
True. Actually makes sense. Why not?
or like a bot's location as you get to those, if anyone has it.
That's a cheeky one, because you can use your courier for like certain types of interactions like that.
Sneaky smoke play broken.
Oh, they're trying to make their way into the base. BP ops his first ult, has no refresher. Just gonna walk up, start to get to work on the base. Book of Shadows once again bails him out. He's so fast.
The Wukongs aren't even out yet. He's gone.
The fear just sent him into the enemy base, or out of the enemy base. Oh my god. This is what Purgatory feels like.
Dude, literal deja vu. I'm watching them walk out of Wukongs. I look to the live feed. That's a 5-minute delay for us. They're walking out of Wukongs. It's just on repeat. We're in a cycle, man.
Thanks, I hate it.
Can you believe Flame Team would have won if Ags had gone to the Abaddon? It's crazy.
We just start gaslighting everyone. Oh, man. 20,000 gold nearly for the Muerta. Just gonna keep watching that number go up. He does have infinite scaling, right? You know, that's gonna make a difference. He goes in once again. DKB has the refresher. He's gonna be able to use. Oh, there's Book of Shadows. All right, why not? Walk away. I really thought that was gonna be refresher second ult, but they will just do it again in a second. Here we go, baby. Refresher second ult into the throne. Can he be kept alive? He's fine. He's not in any trouble.
A lot of BKBs used though.
Huerta is sitting here on the sidelines waiting for an opening to go in and delete someone. He's still trying his best here to force that fortification. That is the only thing standing in front of them from getting victory here. Pike's gonna go in. He's gonna on the backside. He doesn't BKB. Wind Waker is gonna buy him some time. Blink and Whistle here onto the Razor. He's gone. No way to save him. Now the retreat from the side of looking for Orc, but will they actually make their way out?
He just gotta be careful, he's on his own.
They still don't pop the
guard.
Yes. You're right. Yeah, they still don't fort.
I don't know what you swap it out for though. I think it's the Blade Mail, but I'm not sure. It's the Blade Mail or the Lotus. He has to think about this. He's like, oh, this is a tough one. I actually think you leave it on the ground, and that way, if you want to be real hype, that way you don't even have to deal with backpack cooldowns. You know, you drop something else, pick it up, activate it, drop it, pick the next thing up, and then Razor comes and takes your Razor, your Blade Mail. Right, did anyone? Oh, we're back to having everyone on buyback besides Matthew. Roche number 5 million.
That sounds like the correct number.
Monkey actually coming to scout it out. Could Monkey solo it? Because he's the only one who can reasonably get out of his base right now.
He used to be able to, but the soldiers don't attack Roshan anymore.
That's too bad.
Yeah, otherwise he definitely could. For a
while,
that was like a funny little thing. You would just like transform into like a tree and then spawn soldiers.
Yeah, I remember.
And you would just take it.
Yeah.
It was really. I mean, to be fair, I think that was a fair nerf, but at the same time, they also could have just done like I don't know, make it so the soldiers don't attack while he's transformed or something. I don't know.
Okay, see, moments like that. No, we weren't watching it. But there's no one in the base, right? And Monkey King just one-shots a creep wave. He's got too much gold. That's where the supports have to get it. Right? You have to let them scale up.
Abaddon, if he didn't have to keep saving for buyback, would have had an Ags. What, 30 minutes ago?
Who knows? Yeah. I don't know where we are anymore. I think it's more than that. I think it's over 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, it might have been 40 minutes ago. Well,
okay, when they keep sending in like the Razor, and then they go
Blink Lasso, Abaddon beating the ult though. He managed to get that off, and now they're gonna look for the Razor. Book of Shadow's gonna buy him some space. The Aghanim Scepter starting to stack up minus armor here onto this base, but they will back away for now. Roar is available. Adrian trying to chase, zone out these heroes. Something's gotta happen. What happens when one immovable object beats another. I don't know. We'll see. Roar on the backside. It actually catches the PA. Terrorize there. The Abaddon's falling very low, and Pike is here, baby. Takes down the Dark Willow. Wukong's command is there, but he doesn't toggle. They're going to triple buyback on 3, trying to get on top of Huerta, but a really nice Wind Waker here once again. Razor trying to focus down the throne, but Pike stuck inside with the Book of Shadows, tries to force staff away, but he's dead. Buybacks are available. Yadomi has a Book of Shadows once again to try and buy some time here and disengage. It's a pretty low cooldown, but there's the Nullifier. He's dead. Refall on the side of LFO, but
go get Roche.
They still haven't
get him his Ags. Oh no, it's
still
refresher side.
Fortification, bro. I actually don't.
Dude, the Crimson Guard, it worked. He popped it the first time. And they didn't do any damage.
Frustration from our observer. I can understand at this point.
This is peak Dota. Let's go. This is where it comes alive.
All right, you got 3 buybacks. That's a big deal. Maybe it's a big deal. I could be completely lying, and it might not make any difference in this game, but I have to imagine it makes a difference.
I'm surprised they're not getting Roche. Well, they are heading over. I guess they're doing it now. Yeah, go grab that, guys. Get yourselves a banner.
The funny thing is we are in game 1, and the other lower bracket series is over.
Oh, we might be on
alert.
some delays today. Okay, now that we have a moment, I will say it. They keep doing this thing where they like send the Razor and he hits the buildings. We Wukong on top of him. They all force boots out. I think Monkey somehow, this is easier said than done, has to be further out of the base, which is extremely scary versus the Blink Lasso. But you have to Wukong's the back so that they can't come and Book of Shadows the Razor out. I don't know. Again, easier said than done, and then maybe Monkey just gets caught, and then we're like, LMAO, that's such a bad idea. But otherwise, we're in this cycle. It keeps happening. It's been like 5 times now.
I don't know what to do. If at this point, right? Like,
here's what I think. Because I've been in many late game scenarios. I'm like a Treant player. I end up in this situation all the time. Someone on Flame Team needs a Helm of the Dominator to send a creep out so that you can boot to travel to it and farm on the other half of the map. You need support gold somehow. And at some point, it just comes down to the execution. It'll be very scary. You win a big enough fight, you have to run it down. Not like feeding, you know. Like, you gotta go.
someone could die to Tormentor again if they really
That's
feel
true.
like
no one
they
should
want
be
that
doing
280 gold.
No one should do Tormentor anymore.
No, I know.
Its scaling
I'm
is
just hoping
too
someone
good.
tries. Does Muerta have an Aghanim Scepter? Can we please check again?
He does. She does.
Thank God.
Maybe that's the play. Parting shot 2 heroes, and then just hit the building.
I mean, if she parting shots a hero, they just die.
Another
Blink
Blink Lasso
Lasso,
attempt.
they get the immediate ult. Much better reaction this time from him.
He bought an Ags. Let's go.
And they will back away.
Abaddon Ags, man. As long as it's active, his team is going to heal up so much.
Oh, second ult
TP's in.
TP into the throw. Starting to let these Eye of the Storms do some damage. There is going to be the nice Book of Shadows. Same rewards out for the Beastmaster. Wukong's command is out, and the Force Boots. Well,
Round 6. Ding, ding, ding.
Get me out, dude!
I'm so in, man. I'm so here for this. The funny thing is, game 2, whoever wins this, game 2 is going to be like a 20-minute win for them. The spirits will be broken.
I got enough coffee today for this.
So when do we get tier 6s?
Yeah, Valve, you're really missing an opportunity here with tier 6 items
Oh,
at
yeah,
90
let me
minutes.
use this to podcast pitch my other Roshan ideas now.
Oh, okay, let's go.
We
Not like
really
game
need a
ending.
buildable catapult.
Whoa, no,
Look, it's not. Look, this is just round 7. It's fine. Look,
Wait,
Razor's gonna come in a moment. There's gonna be
Hold on.
Wukong's.
Roar. Where's the roar? I'm waiting. Razor goes in, just zipping around the backside. Oh, Muerta though! She gets him! Abaddon and PA bite the dust. It was all a bait. Pyke finally gets his opening, and PP now stacking up the minus armor here on the throne. With no Abaddon, it's only a matter of time now. The refresher comes out. Pyke trying to just chase for more, trying to finish off the Monkey King. He gets the Bounce Strike towards the base. The Bristol back on the front line, cannot stand his ground.
Ancients at half.
Blink the missile onto the Beastmaster. He's gone. Gets the Wukong's command out. Now the second one as they're looking to try and take down the Ogre, and they will get it. Nullifier securing that kill. Zach, they heard you mention podcast. I'm like, oh shit, all right, we actually need to end the game.
Okay, I'm sick of his ideas.
Our bad.
Round 7 was a little more exciting than the others, but we're back. We'll wait a little for round 8. So, one of these Roches, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know, whichever one, we need a buildable catapult. And that way, the defending team can't just sit in the base, because now the catapult is outside, and you gotta move out there. And the team that is 43k up for the last hour should get some kind of advantage to maybe be able to end the game. Buildable catapult.
Infinite scaling
lasso.
Bro. Yeah, there's the lasso, the break, the pierce the veil. Can they bring him down? Adrian's actually surviving, and they lost the Beastmaster in the process. That's going to be his dieback.
This is it, man. It's coming back around.
Can't end the game, dude. They still haven't popped fortification. Revenant's Brooch is online.
I guess PA has Blur. I was going to say she should get her own Silver Edge, because in these points of the game, there's like so little detection. So when Muerta, if not the PA, the support. So when Muerta tries to jump you, you just Silver Edge. She doesn't have detection. Look, there's 3 gems in the base. There's no way.
Dude, you're going to sit here and tell me they got Abaddon on dieback and the game still didn't end.
Of course not. That was just the Abaddon.
All right, talk to you about your Roshan podcast idea, Zach. What did you have in mind?
The buildable catapult was the main thing. Trebuchet, really.
Oh, that's right, Trebuchet. Yeah.
Build the Trebuchet outside the base, launch it in.
2,000 range attack, and it's like...
2,000? Sir, I'm talking like 5,000 range.
Okay,
minimum.
5,000 range attack, but it has to be commanded by a hero. So like a hero has to mount the Trebuchet and control it and send it into like where it attacks, right?
And I want it to look exactly like the one from Age of Empires 2. No copyright issues, I'm sure.
I think that'll be fine.
I think
that'd be cool. You could just like set it up in the mid lane, you know, and just start throwing bombs at the enemy team, and eventually, and it pierces backdoor protection. Gotta put make sure that is obvious. Pierces backdoor protection. Bonus damage to buildings.
Other late game thought. These guys are in what's the word for it? Where you're in too far, so you think you're committed, but you shouldn't be. Someone. Yeah. They keep thinking it's too late to build a Midas, but it's not. Someone build a Midas, start scaling up in the gold, especially Flame Team. You need money on these supports. Buy a Midas. Just pop it, drop it on the ground.
Dude, Ogre literally has a Midas.
Yeah, okay, well, Ogre, come on.
He's like, all right, I guess.
Oh, there, yes. Ogre does need it. Unironically, though, the Dire, it's kind of useful to have it, because in these late game fights, they're gonna boot to travel 2 back into the fight, and if you can instantly Midas a creep, like if it's not boot to travel 2, it's boot to travel 1, and they go to a creep, and you can Midas it, that's actually massive. You just gotta buy back, and they're not in the fight. I'm just pitching it out there. At this point, you have enough gems to just litter the base of your floor, so no one even has to hold it. Ooh, my other idea, I think we need a Monkey King bait. Go sit on a power rune, pretend to be a rune, and then when someone comes up to get it, you Wukongs them.
It would be so
Monkey King surprise.
That would get him, for sure. How did this ward even get there? What?
Which ward? Oh, must be Monkey King.
Yeah.
Oh, Bastion did it. No, Bastion did it. It must have been off their last fight. After round 7, when they made their way out. Okay, dude, what about Abaddon picking up one of these Divine Rapiers? Because the Miscoil applies, right? So, is he not doing some insane damage?
Why not? Just give him Divine Rapier.
He has a Seer Stone. Yeah. Look how far he can use Miscoil.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. Maybe Matthew can become a core as well. Like, he's been utility Bat Rider, but he should start pivoting his items to the carry Bat Rider meme.
All right.
Okay, here's another idea. Blink, lasso. He's got Ags, double lasso, refresher, double lasso, and all your cores just BKB hit the ancient. And then Fortify comes out and you all die. Then...
Yeah, it's like they just
Flame
still
team,
have fortification is the problem. They
it's
have
all
not
part of a
used
7.
it.
It's a 7-part plan. Then Flame Team has the confidence to leave the base. You all buy back, and you fight.
The thing that's
if
wild
you lose the game after being in control for an hour.
we make a gentleman's agreement. Next hero dies. They have to GG out.
The gentleman's agreement is you send the 2 carries in. Or you 1v1 mid now, right? Like, send the mid to the mid lane. First to death, loses.
Oh my god.
I really want to see a Helm of the Overlord on someone, though. In the back.
I guess we could use this time to talk about our wish list for the next patch. Because we're gonna wait for...
Top of my list, patch.
Yeah, just the patch in general, I think is what I'm really excited for. Ah, yes, Roshan 11d6.
Does everyone have Ags at this point? Surely you should just wait for it to go to Dire so that your Ogre can have an Ags.
Refresher, Bat Rider, Ags, baby, he's got it. Give him the refresher.
Okay, but seriously, Unrefined Fire Blast for a 5-second stun at 1.2 seconds is pretty good.
Yeah.
You're making him buy a Midas. Roshan's banner's just littering the floor now.
What does he even... I don't even know. I don't know. The funny thing is like everyone who's watching right now, all of chat is like surely like, oh man, this game's gonna end soon, and here we are,
5 minutes ahead.
5 minutes ahead, and they have no idea what's going on.
We just forgot to finish writing the script, and we're out there still writing the script as it goes.
Our apologies, guys.
So the couriers can use items next, right? And then 5 meteor hammer
Bring me back to Dagon Couriers. Do you remember that? Did you play Dota when that was a thing?
No, no.
Yeah, you could cast Dagon on Courier.
I missed that one. There was a brief moment they could ward.
Yeah.
Right? And then they took that away. They're like, wait. Dota players don't even have enough micro to prevent their level 1 courier from being killed when it walks straight down the lane. Letting it use items is a mistake.
I feel like you used to be able to cast Dagon on Courier. I feel like that was
I think you're right. I think you're right. And then they took mana away from it.
Yeah.
Amplify damage on the Muerta. 28 Pierce the Veil stacks. Round 8 is about to be hype.
Muerta's about to hit someone for 7,000 damage. All right, in the meantime, for all you Deadlock fans out there, there is a brand new Deadlock patch because it's Friday and we knew it was going to come out today. 4 heroes added to Deadlock. Thank you, Valve. Amazing stuff. I knew it. I actually called this recently. Very good stuff.
Lasso top.
Lasso. He got the ult off. He's in a rough
bait.
spot, though. They can second Lasso, though. He also has second refresher. They're going for the other side of the base, though. PP's going to jump the backside, get immediately missiled and killed. He's going to have the refresher, though, and the Aegis Flags to work on the throne. Finally, a fortification comes out. That's what they've waited all game for. Ogre is going to go down. Wukong's command can't save you now. The Muerta is too strong. Surely the game finally ends at 96 minutes and a 64,000 gold advantage.
Wrong with a TA if they have a good start. Interestingly, he went Thorny Thicket on Dark Willow. We usually see throwing shade nowadays, but I think when your team needs a little more catch, throwing Thorny Thicket can be good. Or in this case, I think it's all the junk on the ground for the Earthshaker we were talking about earlier, and the Night Stalker who wants to fly around. Hookshot, but he goes through 4 brambles and then dies on arrival. Maybe that's some of the idea.
That's actually a really good point, yeah.
It is daytime because of night rain, so all these first blood plays are a little more awkward. They're still going to try a smoke. Both teams, actually, but going to opposite sides, so... They might be trying to set up a ward down here, do some body blocking to get Tiny into a good position.
The battle begins.
Well, looks like no real fight over the runes as nighttime comes in. And Night Stalker's gonna have a very fun time in that off lane. They are running the Tinker up there in the off lane though, as opposed to the safe lane.
I wonder if this has to do with where they moved the Dark Willow, because it actually ended up being Dark Willow 5, which we don't see that much. And actually, Dark Willow 5, I'm more open to Thorny Thicket as well.
I think it is to
maybe
dodge
they
it, 'cause
also
it's still
dodge it.
Bastion playing the it's still Bastion playing the Tinker, right? So who is their 5 position. So I think they are just dodging the lane. Now, I don't know how well this is going to actually work, though, because I think you want to play aggressive with your Night Stalker the first few, like, the first 5 minutes of the game, and maybe their plan is to just shove this under the tower over and over, but I say that, and Bastion might just be dead. This could just very well be first blood. Just needs one more auto attack, and it is. Yadomi gets him with the Bramble.
It's a very nice find. You always got to be careful of the early damage coming from Meld, and then Dark Willow also right-clicks pretty well. So that's a nice find on the Tinker before that lane gets too annoying. As he gets more points in March of the Machines, especially if he gets a point in Laser to blind you, can't really do too much. Yeah, now he's got it. So the next time they try that, it shouldn't work.
Does have a shot around, buy himself a little bit of time here. The Bramble as well, and actually trying to get the block off there, won't get it. Nice D-ward immediately. Surprised he placed that with a couple seconds like left still on the spawn timer. But maybe didn't know there was a sentry there.
It's going to finally allow for the pull. This is kind of what you want from this lane. You want to do a lot of pulls and then use March in the Machines to secure them for yourself. And then with the good attack animation from Night Stalker with Night Range, you get a lot of denies and last hits. Almost lost a range creep. Thorny Thicket is helping them fight this better than I thought it would, though, actually. Just a lot of junk on the ground that's making it hard to approach the way they want to.
I'm a big fan of junk, you know?
I love junk. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm mind flayed after last game. If you couldn't tell, I don't even know what to do anymore.
Hey, you'll come alive once we hit the 60-minute mark again. Don't worry.
Yes, the game's really gonna come alive at the 90-minute mark though. Nice avalanche toss here onto 2. Matthew actually building up quite a few stacks here onto the Clockwork, but Argus with a really nice turnaround off of this meta. This should be a kill onto Matthew. Really well done.
He even has a salve, so it's just straight back into laning. Good bait. Or maybe an overcommitment. How you wanna pitch it?
Both, you know, a little bit of both. Vitali taking a lot of damage. Nice avalanche. Matthews rejoining the fight. Does have a flame break to pull this Terrorblade back in. He's got a lot of stick charges though. I don't think they'll be able to finish the job.
Mid so far, building up some Earthshaker advantage. Not too surprising, but they knew they would play the Invoker into the Earthshaker, so clearly knew they would struggle in the lane for a little bit and then see where they go from there. I think it's more about the playmaking that the Invoker has. Sometimes we talk about how certain heroes need something before they can do anything, like Earthshaker wants the blink. Invoker with Tornado doesn't actually need very much. In fact, by, like, I'd say level 5, he could move around if he wanted to.
Yeah,
The
it's the
downside is that you're
same
just
build
kinda
we
slow.
see too, which is like stick, double Wraithband, treads. Probably Dragonlance coming out after that. It's just the stat build for this Invoker, which, you know, should end up being fine. I think if you're the Earthshaker, the reason this hero is kind of insane is like into a lane like Invoker, he doesn't have to like pressure the Invoker. He can just farm and then he can go stack and then eventually just echo stacks for a ton of CS. There's not really anything you can do about it. Outside of bringing a lot of heroes mid, you know?
Yeah, no stacks so far though, which surprised me a little bit because usually Tinker also likes to do it, though I actually see he's doing it on the enemy's half of the map, so perhaps that's why.
Well, he's actually stacked the medium and hard camp, or the medium camp to the right of mid lane. So he's building stacks there, I guess, for now. But mid lane, he got a little bit too low, gets pushed back from the Bat Rider, and they do finish the job. So underestimating the damage from these Invoker right clicks, it gets the kill. And now up in the top side, we're gonna see Yodomi and Bastion kind of battle it out here a little bit. Dude, that's actually gonna double stack. That's hilarious.
Dark Willow actually manages to block it, but you're right. That worked out very well. I wonder if that was intentional. I want to believe it was.
Kiri probably
Kiri.
just dead here to Bat Rider, right? Yeah, that is a lot of stacks. One of the benefits of this hero. Bastion now on the run here under the tower. Should be fine.
Amplified damage rune for Earthshaker if we could somehow get close enough to Echo, but
Just get tornadoed.
these heroes, yeah, that's the issue. You need someone with better catch to get to an Invoker, and Clockwork needs hookshot. That's going to be a long way away, and Tinker's not a rotator. Tinker's also farming the stacks he wants to make for you, so a little trouble there. Oh, maybe he'll
really
get this Dark Willow, though. He might get Dark Willow.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He actually popped the amplified damage after the Echo, I think, but it didn't matter. Still so much damage.
He turned the tree and saw her, so he had very little time to react to it. I don't blame him, and also ended up not mattering anyhow.
Still gets the kill, finishes up the stack, and that's what we were talking about. This is one of the things with the Earthshaker that's just so ridiculous. Doesn't really have to contest you in lane. Bottom lane,
You don't mind getting a support
toss back. Tornado doesn't allow the EMP to connect, but it slows them up just long enough for them to chase him down. PP will be credited the kill here on the Invoker. That's going to be the completed treads.
I'm enjoying it. We're getting to see the strength of the Invoker, right? He didn't need a blink. He didn't need anything like that. He can just TP, Tornado, Cold Snap, whatever, and it's very impactful. And then just straight back to laning. The only thing that really limits his rotations is that he's a slow hero without a lot of mana.
Yeah.
Or it's like, not that he doesn't have a lot of mana, but it's very costly to use all your spells if you don't land a good EMP and get some back.
That's the big thing, right? If you hit EMP on like a high mana hero, it's kind of fine. It's a net gain, typically in mana. But Earthshaker is also not a high mana hero. So like you might burn his entire mana pool, but he'll just like double bottle back, and then you know, don't get as much mana as you'd hope.
Do you see him farming some stacks? Dark Willow and Bat Rider maybe trying to get in, but she gets across the tower. It's very awkward. They're going for it though.
Yeah, he's in a really rough spot. That Bramble is really well placed. It's gonna actually allow them to finish the chase. As the EMP, not enough to get the kill, but a couple more auto attacks will do it. Goes to Matthew Yodomi on the other side. Doesn't have Shadow Realm, but will survive against the Clockwork. A very, very big payoff from that ward placed earlier by Matthew. And this Bat Rider is going to have a very fast blink at this rate. He has up to 2,200 net worth.
Especially if he starts stealing some of the stacks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I want him to steal these stacks. It would be huge.
There he goes. They do get the D ward, but it kind of already did its job.
Yeah.
Slow down the Earthshaker even more. The blink. Not going to come as fast as they would like. It's not the worst, though, right? But we have seen many an Earthshaker with a better start at this point. We looked away for a moment with all the action, but in the top lane, TA has built herself quite a lead over the Night Stalker. 1,000 gold at this point.
Yeah, it's not surprising. TA, typically a very strong lane hero, good at abusing melee, and Night Stalker, once it hits daytime, is just not a threat. I mean, unlucky for Earthshaker again, not winning the rune. 50-50, ends up spawning bottom. It's an illusion, not the best rune here for the Invoker. It can be useful with... Oh. Tried to do a nice little side blade spill there onto Adrian. Doesn't quite get the kill, but Pyke is in trouble. They are going to try and rotate up here with the help of the Templar Assassin. The silence is out. Dark Ascension committed. They're going to be able to slow him up with trap number 1, but he walks right into the hands of the Terror Blade. That will be their way to get the kill. And even bringing the Earthshaker, that's a beautiful block. Tornado will be able to buy a little bit of space. EMP, but they still manage to finish the kill. And now you've got to run on this Invoker. He'll be safe. I mean, that's a great 5-hero rotation. Especially if you really get the tower now.
Yeah, that's a nice bait. Because the Night Stalker was so low, you're thinking, he can't do anything. In fact, if he comes in, we should go kill him. You're totally not thinking about the whole team wrapping on you. It's a very nice move, and it's actually going to lead to a tier 1 tower for them.
Oh my goodness, Vitaly is level 8 in the bottom lane on Tiny. Okay, well, they end up finding a kill on a Clockwork bottom, and they will trade for the tier 1 towers as Pyke has returned here.
A lot of last hits and denies on that Tiny.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
you
that is a Blink Dagger.
You make it to level 6 on Tinker as well, only losing 1 tower. That's not too bad, because now you can actually rotate between the towers, and it should become much harder to ever take any of the other towers without a big commitment.
Overall, very close game at the moment. Like I said, I think the big thing for me is going to be the Batrider's Blink Dagger, if he can turn this into something important. Right now, he's continuing to just be a nuisance to the Earthshaker, but nearly gets taken down from a single enchant totem. Instead, it's going to be Kiri that secures the kill. They're going to try and save him. Tornado will actually catch the backline, and Vitaly is here trying to connect onto the Avalanche. He's getting him. The toss will send him right back into the hands of the Invoker. That's a 2-for-1. Their invades into this area. The jungle has been so good.
Yeah, there's so many tools as well. The brambles, the Tiny Avalanche toss, which he is making his way to a blink pretty quickly because how good of a game he's having, even though he's the off lane. His courier is dead, so I guess he'll have to wait a little bit, unless he wants to make the trip home. That'll be like...
Invoker, nice little EMP connects. A lot of damage out onto the Clockwork here. They actually are correct that there is a ward on that side of the map, but it is on the cliff. Hook shot hits an Invis Rune Dark Willow. A pretty unfortunate grab there for the side of Flame Team. Otherwise, I mean, that hits the Invoker. That's Dark Ascension, hook shot, both down.
They might still be able to convert it to a mid kill since this is meta with the machines behind it. I don't think you can really fight into this, especially when you're so close to a Blink Dagger on Batrider. You're just gonna have to give it up. But you will have the double blink soon, Tiny and Batrider. And then you got the Invoker who's ready to start making plays with his Witchblade. So we should see Looking for Orc start to ramp things up in a moment. Let's see if they can get lucky with the power rune here at 14 minutes as well.
They're in a good spot to contest the power rune, and Earthshaker, he really would like one, and it's going to be a haste rune bottom. Yadomi's just going to take it, try and rejoin his team. The bottom half of the map here, which maybe they actually find Shaker. He gets the blink out. He's going to be nice and safe. Yadomi, though, trying to chase after him, looking for that lasso. Will he actually connect, though? Doesn't look like it. I mean, how long until we have the Batrider blink? It's gotta be soon, right?
100 gold.
Yeah, okay, that's a big difference.
Seem content to wait for it. Deso's on the way out for the TA as well. They'll have a very strong timing all coming together, so I think it's okay. They don't have to force anything too soon, throw off your own timings. I think the question's more on Flame Team for me, like what is their timing, right? That's not as clear when you have heroes like Tinker who are a little bit out of the meta, coming with a Night Stalker who we see, but he's less popular as an offlaner. I'm trying to figure out when does this draft, like what's the game plan?
It's also about to be daytime, so your Night Stalker is going to have a lot less impact for the next few minutes.
Yeah, he will have his ult available in 10 seconds, so you can take one fight if you want. Ooh, I would love to see Pyke pick up an early shard. It's such a really good versus Tinker.
He usually does.
Yeah, he wants the blink first, which makes sense, and then let's see if he gets the shard after that. I think that would be quite nice.
Also really good versus Shaker.
Yeah. Ollie trying to find his first blink avalanche toss.
Oh, really nice tornado there. They're looking for the Tinker. They get the lasso. Few auto attacks in from the Invoker. It's not enough to finish the job. He gets that Matrix off. They now turn around onto the Batrider. And Earthshaker quickly sends his body flying. Now, you need to be a little bit careful. They will have the flying vision here from this Night Stalker, so they know this rotation is coming in. Yeah, he's looking for his opportunity. Oh, Invoker just walks away, and now in comes the Shaker. He gets caught from a cold snap, has to pop the Echo. EMP is out, the toss interrupting, and now it's daytime. Your Night Stalker is dead. Pyke just ripped right through him. He did not care. Beautiful tornado. Sunstrike on the money, and a few auto attacks from Pyke will finish the job. He is really strong. Like you said, just getting that Desolator done, hitting some really strong timings.
Looking for Org does not want to go another 70 minutes. They're trying to line everything up and make the plays happen, which I think they can go for Roche now with the Deso immediately picking up some bonus stacks. Blink on the way for the TA, and she does have the shard queued up. Yeah, this will be really nice if she gets the Aegis as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That play, a bit unfortunate. Just didn't have the detection for the Invis Invoker. Otherwise, maybe you take him out of the fight first, and you're pretty happy with that. Maybe it doesn't. I guess Flame Team doesn't suspect this Roche is happening. Otherwise, that's a very bold farming pattern.
Well, Roche number one. A nice attempt. Almost snipes it there with the clockwork. Hookshot actually just misses. Lasso is now out to punish Kiri for this one. And yeah, punished he will be. I mean, it was close. That hookshot almost connect.
Yeah, if he steals that, you buy so much time for your team. Which, the way it's looking right now, Flame Team does have to drag this out. To 90 minutes? I don't know, but at least past the next 10, 20-ish minutes. This 5k gold lead plus the Aegis is looking very good for looking for Org.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Adrian mid. Being caught. There's just no way out. He's so far forward. There's plenty of damage coming through from these heroes. Now, Yadomi trying to connect here with Matthew and find an opening. Great tornado connects and Terrorize. It's going to hit. Hookshot off the mark, but the damage from the March and these illusions just go right through this Dark Willow. They do manage to finish off another. Tylon comes in, gets a nice echo onto Vitali, but he just survives. He gets tossed to Lotus, and a big nuke out from Pyke. These Desto charges stacking up now.
Already up to 12. This tier 2 tower should not last long, especially with the alacrity buff coming in. That positioning wasn't too bad for the meta, but it came just a little bit too late. They disengaged as the meta comes out.
Well, it is going to be nighttime here again.
I feel like if you can't find some plays in this nighttime, this is just going to be... is just going to keep getting out of your control.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We haven't really seen a lot out of the Tinker quite yet, and Yodomi actually is just going to find him here on his own. Now, they do try to bring in the Night Stalker, but even though it's nighttime, I don't think you have the damage to fight them. They just dump everything on him. No way out. Is that an early shard from PP on this Invoker?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. The vacuum effect on that EMP. I was like, is he getting... I thought he was getting dragged back. Very nice pickup. Tier 2 into the Tormentor and the Wisdom Rune here, most likely, for the side of looking for Org. And yeah, Templar Assassin, very good at taking this.
Ooh, Pyke's Crystallis got sniped, actually. Tai Lung's farming on the enemy's half of the map since there's nowhere to farm on his half. That's pretty big, but maybe still not enough to change the way this game's going.
Invoker is just hunting. He's looking for the Tinker bottom, and he actually sees him. Tornado, EMP. Is that an Orchid reveal as well? No? He's just got so much damage. Just a cold snap with the Witchblade is enough. Tai Lung gets caught in the jungle. Does manage to take down the Bat Rider, but die in the process. It is pick off central here. LFO is just finding every hero that they can.
I thought the BKB right before he dies, at least. I don't know. You gotta find... I know you gotta wait for Echo, too, but... I don't know. Blink, BKB, Echoes, nighttime, right? They gotta get something. This is the tipping point.
This Invoker's doing a lot of damage now. Bastion, mid lane, gets caught. Avalanche. They still have the TA nearby. They have a toss as well. He's trying to survive, but there's just no shot. One by one, they fall. An Invoker... That would have been a huge TP to cancel there, but does not find him. Instead, he will walk into the Night Stalker. He is going to get caught here, and this should be a kill onto the Invoker. Well, Crippling Fear...
Not very strong.
He could have... Wait, does Crippling Fear not refresh get refreshed on Night Stalker ult anymore? Maybe it doesn't.
No, that's part of why it drops. That's part of why he became so much worse. You used to refresh all your abilities, but no more.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can double Crippling Fear, double nuke, and he should die, but that's a big oof. That is a big ultimate down, but they are gonna smoke in and find the time. They don't have detection, you're right. Invoker though gets caught inside the cogs, and they will bring him down. A little bit of a bold play here. Now Vitali will be the second to go down. Now they smoked immediately across the map to try and find them and punish this, which is a little bit surprising. Blink, Lasso, great Force Staff use to find the Tinker here. He's trying to get the blind off. It's gonna work, but there's just too much damage.
Still overall okay. Invoker Tiny for the two supports. You'll take that when you're 11k down. But Pyke is getting scarier and scarier.
They did not have a lot of health. Tai Lung gonna get silenced up, slowed to a crawl. Trying to make it up onto the high ground, but will not get out. A nice hook shot in. They get on top of Pyke, but who's trapped in here with who? Guys, Pyke is too strong. 4 dead now as the Tinker's about to respawn. The Templar Assassin gets the Chrysalis delivered and is now on his way to a BKB.
Pyke is
up on the high ground. Yeah.
You could combine the net worth of the Night Stalker and the Clockwork, and they're still 5,000 behind TA.
Oh god.
That fight was not going to go well. 28 Deso charges too? Holy crap.
Yeah, that is the part that is shocking.
And now an amplified damage rune, so Pike is kind of low. Okay, yeah, looks like he's gonna TP home and see. Maybe he'll try to rush out. They can get something else done, or maybe just do the Tormentor with his amplified damage rune. That's good too. Yeah, I gotta say, the first time we get to see Invoker looking very good, and in particular with this TA, some pretty good synergy there, where Invoker likes to hunt people down, but you don't want to waste too much time running around the map. But now you have TA traps randomly scattered around, so you get some extra info on where to go, and she can even contribute, help you out with popping the trap, possibly something.
Immediate Blink Echo, BKB, the silence, they got him.
Fourth tap, save him.
TA's dead. What a go by this Shaker. We saw him in the series yesterday. His Earthshaker was on point, and that is a perfect execution here once again from him, deleting the most important hero.
17,000 gold kill.
1,700.
Oh, yeah, 1,700. 17,000 would be sick. That's the kind of gold we need moving in 90 minutes.
Yeah, true. Oh, Tornado. EMP out, Ice Wall, perfectly placed. There's your terrorized Shaker, has nowhere to go. Even lasso him. On the other side, they're looking for the Terrorblade now. He does have a Sunder, he's gonna throw it. There's the Avalanche toss from Vitali though, and that will seal his fate. Nice 2-hero turnaround, hook shot to safety here from Kiri. We'll get him out.
Slip up from looking for Ord, losing the TA, but it seems like they're pulling it back under their control, finding pickups all over the map, and it's a relatively fast Roshan, 20 seconds.
Night Stalker.
I think with this one, oh no.
He's just dead, bro. What is it's just so much damage. Oh, that was supposed to be your off laner.
Maxed out Deso at 27 minutes. That's
crazy. That might be a record. I don't know if I've ever seen someone hit max Deso charges that fast.
At least not in a pub game or something, yeah. Alright, well I guess you don't even need the Aegis with those pickoffs.
They're taking 2 lanes right now. Invoker unfortunately had a few high ground misses, but 2 tier 3 towers down, looking for the range barracks here on Pike. The Echo on the backside, too. Great avalanche from Vitali. He did get the BKB off this time, and there's the lasso. Shaker's gonna hit the deck. Now looking for more. Clockwork goes down, but Vitali bails out his team with that Blink Avalanche. Absolutely huge play from him. A little bit of a miss up there from the Shaker, not getting that BKB off.
Yeah, that was a pretty good Echo in most other situations, but when you're this far behind, they just had no damage follow-up to kill. Even the support Dark Willow, that's... Yeah, it's not about what you do at this point, but what happened earlier in the game.
Oh, yeah, Tinker's just food. Invoker getting a Blink Dagger now, he is all over the place. It wasn't a Blink Dagger. I don't know how he got up there. He was just there. All right.
Hurricaned himself up, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think this Night Stalker plus Tinker lane was not the combo. I feel like Night Stalker wants to take more advantage of Night Reigns, and Tinker is, after the nerfs, he's too weak of a laner. He's much better in the late game, but yeah, I mean, we're seeing what happens if you don't give him a good enough start. TA beat the Night Stalker, and he doesn't have a game, and Tinker has no space because of that.
Yeah, looking for Org after last game. Clearly do not want to take this late anymore. They've got themselves a massive lead. They're finishing up 2 BKBs. And they're going to go to Roshan to make sure they have everything they need to finish this game.
Yeah, should
All right,
be.
so they will have triple BKB now.
Yeah,
Quad
should be straightforward
BKB
from here.
Wow.
Ooh, wow. I guess they're there. They're just that rich.
Yeah, Batrider's almost got his, but all cores with a BKB now. They're going to see the smoke pop here. They jump in, but Invoker, he needs that courier fast, buddy. Where is it? He's in so much trouble. Does get the cold snap off. That's going to heal him actually a decent amount here. The damage is out. The BKB get in from Pyke and Vitali. They just sniped the back line. Oh my goodness. It's all done, baby. 3 dead on the side of Flame Team as now they find Bastion all alone here on the Tinker. Blink Dagger Clockwork. I never thought I'd see it, but it almost worked there.
It's gonna work when he steals the Roshan in a moment. Doesn't look like they're even waiting for it though. They're just headed straight down. Does make me wonder how much of this is affected by the fact that Looking for Org won the last game. Right, that was a real mental strain, 90-minute game, and it's a huge buff, I feel, to win it rather than lose that one. Yeah, it seems like it came in here. For example, they adjusted the bans to take out, I forget who, someone in the last game, and Invoker slips through instead. And clearly Invoker, even more dominant. Probably not a hero that should be allowed to slip through.
Yeah, I'm just surprised we finally see it now. Like, we haven't seen Invoker get picked almost this entire event.
Yeah, I genuinely think it has to do because they were trying to adjust to the last game.
I saw a catapult land on Tinker and he died. All right, that's really funny. The burst damage there from the Tiny was quite funny. Yeah, the GG comes out. This one, a very different story from last game, and they will very much convincingly take the series 2-0.
Looking for Org.